how's it hanging? So, if you watched the Star Wars Rebels series, then you would know that it ended there a few weeks ago, I think it was. And I gotta say, I'm gonna really miss this show because it was such a good show. Before I say anything else, if you are intending to watch it, you've never watched it before, or you are behind in the series or something, then I recommend keeping off this video because I'm about to talk about stuff that happened in the ending of the show. Moving on, I gotta say I really enjoyed the Star Wars Rebels series. Like I just love the whole journey of how Ezra grew up all the way through the series. Because he saw he was the one who grew the most. First I gotta say, before I watched Star Wars Rebels, I was biased against it because I didn't really like the stormtroopers and all that. I was like, oh god, it's like just more like rebel battles with the stormtroopers. Didn't like that because I loved the Clone Wars series because it was just so good. And like I'm talking about the more recent Clone Wars series, not the ones that was made in like the early 2000s, I think. But yeah, it's just like, unlike a lot of people, I love the clones. Like I enjoyed the ending battle of the Attack of the Clones, while a lot of people hate that movie. I'm not saying that I love the movie. I do really like it, but all the stuff with like Anakin, like they're all animals. I slaughter them like animals. I hate them. Just I can't stand any of those scenes. Like all the Jedi stuff, yeah, loved it. But just all the Anakin scenes, I just can't stand them. But I just loved all the clone scenes. As I said, I was biased against the new Rebel series. I didn't want to watch it. Like I didn't watch it for say couple of weeks, maybe a few months, I don't really remember anymore, but I'm so glad I did get into it because I loved the show. And just watching Ezra growing up, it was so good. Like starting off as an orphan on Lothal after his parents were taken by the Empire for being freedom fighters or speaking up against the Empire in their radio show, I think it was, something like that. Suddenly, out of nowhere, you have the ghost crew of Sabine, Hera, Zeb, Kanan, and Chop. And I just love the ghost crew so much because it's just like you gotta see their relationships develop between each character with Ezra, and it's just watching all of them become a closer family. I love the whole. You also get to see where the rebels came from. Like Ghost Crew, you could actually say the Ghost Crew were the original rebels. Because as you watch the series go on, suddenly in comes Senator Organa, and also you get to see Leia, and it's just like so cool watching the kind of group all come together to actually form the rebels, and just watching it as it goes on and just see how the rebels built up. Now moving on ahead a couple of series, I love the fact that they brought in Ahsoka from the Clone Wars series, because like for ages, like you'd see like Ahsoka at the end of Clone Wars, everyone wondered what happened to Ahsoka. Like, did she get killed in Order 66? But she wasn't. And then she started working with the Rebels, and I love the fact that she actually became basically a member of the Rebel Alliance, and it was so great to see her back and see a Jedi working with the Rebel Alliance. But technically she wasn't a Jedi because she did give up the Jedi Order. Then later on you see Darth Vader comes into it and fights Ahsoka, and Ahsoka realizes that's her master as an Anakin, and it was like, oh my god, I can't believe they actually met. And you think that she dies in that episode, which then at the end of the episode you see her going into the temple, and you think, is that like her ghost or something? But like I for ages didn't reveal anything. But suddenly, moving on to the couple of last episodes, you see Ezra going up to this thing of the three characters from the Clone Wars series, which literally they were like the balance of the Force. You had the father, who was literally the guy who brings balance to the Force, because he had a daughter who was the light side and a son who was the dark side. So basically he had to keep balance in the Force, and then suddenly in Clone Wars episodes, Anakin and Obi-Wan go to that realm where they live. Other shit happens. The daughter dies, the son gets killed too, the father dies too. And I just love the fact is they brought back that whole like concept, like with the art. Ezra opens up a portal which is literally a world between worlds, which literally a person can like interact with time, and they can see every moment that ever happened in the world. Because I literally, basically you can say he was inside the Force, and I just love that so much. And then suddenly out of nowhere he sees Ahsoka fighting with Darth Vader, and out of nowhere he yanks her out of the timeline, and then it was like, oh my god, so basically he just yanked her out of the timeline, and now she's alive. And that moment where she's going into the temple, that's because she comes back into the timeline and goes back down to that place. So it literally explained that very well. And I love the fact that Ezra also met the Emperor. It was just so cool just seeing all these characters come into it. But I love the fact that Alec McGuinness, well, a voice actor who did Alec McGuinness, old Obi-Wan Kenobi was in it. I just love the fact that he met Obi-Wan. Like, it's just like, oh, so many characters within Rebels that I love the fact that they brought them in. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna miss the show. I gotta say, the ending, it was so surreal. Like, the last season was actually really sad because they lost Kanan because he stopped them from getting killed because there was a giant explosion went off. There was a fuel depot. And if he didn't stop it using the Force, they all would have died. And then you just watched him get killed, and it was really sad watching. Because Ezra went into that world, was his world between worlds, and saw him and said, I saved you, so I can save him too. But then she just goes, well, if you do save him, then you're all gonna die. So you can't do it. Like, I can't save my master, you can't save yours. And it's just, oh, it's so heartbreaking to see it. Like, that means that Ezra had to watch his master die twice. But then, like, I thought, as I said in my previous videos, where I basically talked about where in the timeline that Star Wars Rebels was based, like how close were they, because I just watched Rogue One, and I was like wondering, where is this? Because the fact that they mentioned Hera in Rogue One, I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And I was curious about what happened. Then that last season really explained this, where they were. And also in that episode where the fuel depot, they mentioned the Death Star, but they don't mention the Death Star, they mention the project that the Death Star was being made under, so no, it'd be the Death Star. I just love the fact they mentioned the Death Star, so basically that showed how close they were actually going to being a new hope. And guys, I'm happy the fact that none of the other crew died. It was like, I thought, like, the fact that in Rogue One, I thought it was going to prove that it was just going to be Hera, and that was it. Everyone else was going to be dead. But the thing is, no one died but Kanan. And it's just like in the last episode, suddenly, it's actually really, like, sad. Because as, like, they're all working together, suddenly they find the rebel fleet. Oh god, I have to rewatch the episode again. But basically, they're under attack by all the Empire, and suddenly Ezra gets his friends to bring like these whales who are literally in tune with the Force, and these whales, like space whales, can actually do hyperdrive. And suddenly, you just see that this moment, Ezra said, Ezra, get off that ship, it's gonna blow. And suddenly he just goes, no, this is where I have to be. I knew this was going to happen all along. I went through all the different scenarios, and the only way this would work is if I do it like this. And he just goes to Sabine, it's up to you. And suddenly he goes into hyperdrive and leaves, and that's the end. He's gone. And suddenly do a time skip where they show talking about, where Sabine's talking about how it was thanks to them that the whole Battle of Endor happened, which I was like, oh my god, they mentioned the Battle of Endor. Like, so basically Hera helped out in the Battle of Endor, and I was like, oh my god. So basically it goes full circle. We're in the now present day, where suddenly it goes to Sabine, and she just has a drawing made of the Ghost Crew, and it's just so sweet. And out of nowhere, suddenly, in comes fucking Ahsoka. So basically that means she lived to the very end of episode 6. And I was so happy. And then they went off to go and find Ezra. And that's actually how the show ends. Like, I love the ending of it. It goes full circle, because you see how the Ghost Crew start off the Rebel Alliance. Then you kind of see how Ezra started off as just an orphan. Then he became a Padawan for a Jedi. And then as time went on, suddenly he had his battle with the dark side, because he literally almost went dark at one point because of Darth Maul. And so he basically went through like lots of hard times in his life. And then at the very end, he became a fully fledged Jedi and helped the Rebel Alliance to win the war. At first, for like a while, I thought that Ezra was gonna be the one who kills Kanan. Maybe turn evil, starting there to kill him. But that didn't go that way, and I'm just really happy they did that. It's really sad to see it end, and I'm really gonna miss it, because it's like the only like Star Wars series that's been going on for a while now. Because like you had Star Wars, the Clone Wars, and then the sequel, Star Wars Rebels. Now you have Star Wars Forces of Destiny, but that's only shorts showing how like different women and different folks in certain characters of the Star Wars universe. But yeah, it's only, that's like the only Star Wars series that we have left now, and I just gotta say it's sad. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and tell me down below if you enjoyed any of these Star Wars series and what you thought of the ending. If you watched the ending, well, if you haven't watched the ending, then I don't know why you watched the end of this video. So, but anyway, I will see you guys next week, and I love you. Okay, bye.